Okay, welcome back to this our last instalment in our sewing our Union Jack. I'm gonna have to find something else to do because what else am I gonna do with this time? If you have any suggestions, let me know. So we've done our cross. Okay, lots of you have shown me it's been amazing to see all your different ways that you've sewn. Lots of people are sewing off these edges, like I mentioned before. It's a really good idea, and then it just keeps a continuous stitch going all the way around. Okay, so we've done our cross, we've talked about our triangles. So today, okay, as you can see, I'm sure lots of you are a little bit further along. Today we're going to do the final parts, which are these red diagonals in the corners. As you can see, the wind is still going to be a fun combatant. Now, you could do it with a single stitch. So because they're obviously quite thin, you could do a single stitch going down the middle. I'm going to do a double stitch keeping to the edge and coming back along the other side, okay, to try and just keep it a little bit more secure. So I'm going to start with this one in the corner here. Now, when I'm measuring my thread, I'm going to kind of estimate how much I need. Now, if I know I'm going along this side and back down this side, I'm almost going to want a kind of double length of thread. So I'm going to think if I've got that much there, thinking double length there. But then you've also got to think if you're going up and down as well, you're going to need a little bit extra. So if that's my double length, I'm going to give myself a little bit extra. Measuring that out there. So then you're not overdoing it too much. Snip that off. Doesn't matter if you do run out, you can just finish it off and then finish off as we've done before in these corner bits, and then rethread your needle and go again. Put my needle up here. Of course I have to get it out. Okay. I've been madly trying to sew these other triangles because obviously lots of people are almost overtaking me with their sewing. Okay, so I'm going to move it up there. Right, so I'm going to start just like we did before. We're coming through on the back, making sure I'm getting both bits of material, but I'm not going to put it all the way through. I'm going to leave a little bit hanging out the back, so you've got that, and then I'm going to go down in the same position and do this 5 or 6 times. Ooh. If it does pull through like that, just pull it back through with your fingers. Maybe there. Tricky trying to kind of manage these with the shadows actually with my hand. Okay, coming back through. In fact, it's going to be easier if I do it this way, I think. That might be a bit easier to see. Go back down. And you'll start to feel when you're getting a bit more resistance on that first thread there. I'm going to do one more up, down and up, and then I'm going to start going along. Up, down, and up. I was thinking I'm going to have to try and get some something like a Blue Peter badge, aren't I, to send out to those of you that complete it, because you've been working really hard on these. Lots of concentrating faces I'm seeing on the pictures. So I'm now going to start going along. So I've gone, so from where I've started, I've just gone along a little bit and then gone down, and I'm going to look on the back. This is the tricky bit. Think where I'm coming up. Not go too far ahead. Check where I'm coming up. And put it all the way through. Remember, you're only pulling that needle until you get a little bit of resistance when it comes up. Okay. Lovely thing to be doing outside, to the sounds of the birds as well, while the weather's nice before it gets colder at the weekend. So like there, my needle's come through a little bit further in than I want, so I'm going to pull it back out. I'm just going to readjust so it's in line with the stitch that I've been doing. There we go. Curious as to whether I'm going to have enough thread to go all the way around this section. So now as you can see, I've gone along my side here. I'm now getting to this end bit. I'm going to go along there a little bit, just like I did with these corners, to get as close as I can, and then I'm going to start coming back along this other side here and finish back where I did before, because that'll keep this bit nice and tight for when you're going through and finishing it off. All assuming, as I say, I've got enough thread. Back up a little bit. Okay. Again, so now that I'm in the corner here, I've got to think when I'm doing it the other way that I'm coming back now along this line here. You can use your fingers just to feel where that piece of material is, but just be careful when you're putting the needle through that you don't catch your finger. So I'm going to put it through a little bit, and I can see that my needle's coming through just here, and I'm pretty pleased with that, because it leaves me a little bit of an edge that it's not going to put out the side. Coming through here. Oh, almost there. halfway back on this last side here. That's quite a big jump there in my stitch. Might just have enough to finish it off. Remember not to try and do too big jumps or too big stitches, because otherwise you'll leave gaps when you fold it and make holes underneath. Alright, I'm going to finish off this last little bit. Just enough to hold it in. So now, as you can see, I've come back along this side here, and I'm almost back to where I started here. So I'm going to do my last stitch, coming in here, and then I'm going to start to finish it off, and I've just about got enough thread on my needle, I think, to be able to do that. Okay, so now I can see where that thread is, where I started here. Try getting it in roughly the same kind of place and do 5 or 6 ups and downs just to finish it off. Down, up, down, very, very near the end of the thread of my needle. Back up. And back down. Back up and down, hopefully, once more. So back up. And back down. What I'm trying to do is always finish going back down so that my thread's poking out the back, and then when I cut it off I haven't got any loose threads up on the front. So here I'm going to go back through, down. I'm going to take the thread off my needle, put my needle somewhere where I'm not going to lose it, and then where I've got that long bit of thread I'm just going to snip that off. There. And there we have our first completed quarter of our Union flag. Okay. So obviously the method will be the same for the other ones, and I will get my last triangles done in my last section here, but once that's done it will be completely completed. I look forward to seeing them as they come along, and I might put a collage together of all the completed ones that I get. Well done, keep going. Oh, the final thing I'm going to do, if you have, when you finish, got any overhangy bits like this bit, I'm just going to carefully trim those down so they go along the edge of my white tool. Trying not to cut into my white, so then you end up with a nice and neat edge coming along the side. Right. Excellent, well done, and I look forward to seeing more and more pictures. Take care and stay well.